Of course, the second I want to start recording, the neighbor's yard guy starts with the blower. So hopefully you can't hear that in the background. But welcome to my channel. I am Samantha Blanton, a registered dietitian nutritionist, and I'm here today to give you a protein bar review. Let's get started. I have a variety of protein bars, 12 of them. The majority of them are going to be gluten-free and dairy-free. There are a few that I'm going to try that do have a little bit of gluten and dairy in them as well. So I'm excited. I try to get a variety of flavors, so not all the same flavor profile, just so we can kind of switch it up. Let's start out with the Lara Bar. Okay. I'm recording for my Instagram and for my YouTube, so if you see me going back and forth between cameras, that is why. This one is apple pie flavor. It is dairy-free and gluten-free. So it's got plant-based protein in it. It is, let's see, this one has very minimal ingredients, which I like. It's just got date, almonds, apples, walnuts, raisins, and cinnamon in it. You are getting the protein from probably the almonds and then the walnuts in it. The only thing about this then is it only has 4 grams of protein in it. When it comes to looking for a protein bar, I always like to suggest at least 10 grams of protein. And I always like to tell clients to aim for 10 to 15 grams of protein per snack, just to feel that satiation and keep you feeling satisfied until your actual meal. And also it just helps with muscle building and recovery, so protein's always a great thing. And even if you're someone that does not go to the gym, yes, you still need to get protein in. As we age, especially when we get into our 30s, we start to naturally lose muscle mass. So we want to prevent this as much as possible by making sure we're getting resistance training in and getting lots of protein in our diet as well. Like I said, this one really doesn't have a lot of protein in it, but it does have 200 calories. You're getting a decent amount of carbs in it, which carbs is also great for providing you energy. It's actually our body's preferred source of energy. So this would be a great like pre-workout snack or even a post-workout, because you do need carbs post-workout as well to restore your glycogen storage. Let's give it a taste test. That's really good. I like the apple pie taste to it. I mean, it doesn't really taste like apple pie, but it just has that like apple, cinnamon, sweet flavor to it. And a little bit of crunch from, it has like the whole nuts in it, but it also has that soft texture in it. And I really like that this is just, you know, simple ingredients. It doesn't have any like sugar alcohols or added sugars in it. Nice and simple, but it's still like sweet enough. So I would give this a 8 out of 10. Our next protein bar taste test is the Cliff Builders protein, and this sucker has 20 grams of protein in it. And I was actually surprised that this one is a plant-based protein bar as well. So they use soy protein in this one to give it that protein profile, and it also has 2 grams of fiber in it. So if you can find a protein bar that has a little bit of fiber in it, I think that's also great, just because most Americans are not getting enough fiber anyway. So if you can get a nice on-the-go snack that has protein and fiber in it, you're looking golden. Just be careful if you're somebody that has IBS. So I have a lot of issues with, a lot of times if they're adding fiber into protein bars, they will use chicory root or inulin. And if you're someone that is sensitive to something like that, like I am, I get IBS issues from inulin because it's a high FODMAP. I have to stay away from that kind of fiber. Even though it's inherently not bad for you, it just causes digestive issues for me personally. just something to think about if you do have IBS issues. But I believe this one, okay, so this one does have chicory fiber syrup in it, so that is probably where it's getting its fiber in. So I definitely will not eat all of this, but I will taste it. Oh my gosh, that other protein bar got stuck in my throat. I know it looks like I was crying, but I was just coughing. I'm gonna taste test just a little bit of this today then, so I don't get any IBS issues. Looks like a candy bar pretty much to start off with. And just so you know, I will put the descriptions of all of these down below so you know how many calories and protein, which is the most important part that we're analyzing today. This one has, let's see, 290 calories. Okay. And this one is chocolate peanut butter. Forgot to mention that. I like the texture. I like that it's coated in the chocolate. Adds nice flavor to it, and then it literally just tastes like peanut butter on the inside. Has a subtle crunch to it, but as far as flavor goes, this is really good. I would give this like a 9 out of 10 for sure. Also, some protein bars are gonna have more calories compared to the other ones, obviously, and the one that you choose off of calories is really gonna depend on your goals and what you're feeling at that time. So if you pick a protein bar that only has like 100 calories in it, and you're really hungry, that's probably not gonna satisfy you for very long, but if you're just looking for a small little snack, then I'd say that's sufficient enough. But if, let's say it's a post-workout snack and you're like pretty hungry, you're probably gonna want something with a little bit more calories in it. As far as carbs go, I know a lot of protein bars will advertise that they're low carb or no carb in them, but especially post-workout, like I said before, you wanna make sure you're also getting carbs along with protein. So I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing that a protein bar has added or has high carbs in it or added sugar in, just because you do need to restore that energy as well. The next one I'm going to try is the Truvani, the only bar. This one is also plant-based, dairy-free, gluten-free, and this one is oatmeal chocolate chip flavored. I love oatmeal chocolate chip cookies, so I'm really excited for this. And the carbs in this one, 22 carbs, has 4 grams of fiber. And I checked everything else, and all the other ones that I'm gonna mention do not have the inulin fiber in them, so I'm good to go on those. They won't cause any problems for me. This looks like it has the same texture as the Lara Bar that we tried. That's really good. This one also only has 6 grams of protein in it. I wouldn't necessarily use this one as like a protein source, more so as a carb source, as like a snack for energy on the go, but definitely not protein. But I like the texture and I really like the flavor of it. Give this one an 8 out of 10. But I would probably drop it down to like a 6 out of 10 just because it doesn't have a lot of protein in it. And that's kind of what I'm looking for here. But if you're just looking for something with some energy in it, then this is a great on-the-go option. I need to cleanse my palate. Okay, much better. I need to get better about telling you before I eat it how much protein is in it. So this one is the No Cow protein bar, obviously dairy-free, gluten-free, and it has 22 grams of protein, so we like to see that. This one has 15 grams of fiber in it, so honestly, if you eat this entire bar, you might have some digestive issues, even even though it doesn't have the inulin in it, just because that's like a lot of fiber at once, especially if you're someone that's not used to eating that much fiber. You might start with just like half of this, and also when you increase your fiber intake, make sure you're drinking lots of water. So if I were to eat this, I would probably drink at least a glass of water with this too. It also has 200 calories in it, so we got lots of protein in there, and this one uses sugar alcohols too. Right, so we got another like chewy texture, and this is cookies and cream flavor. Don't remember if I mentioned that. It has a very chalky taste to it. And it doesn't taste very sweet, honestly, even with the sugar alcohol sweetening it. But you do get that like sugar alcohol like aftertaste, which I honestly hate. I like the texture as far as like on the outside goes, but once it gets in your mouth, it's very chalky. I don't like it. And I don't like the aftertaste. And it honestly does not taste very like cookies and cream, so I would give this like, just because it does have 22 grams of protein, which I like, but taste-wise, not good. I would give this like a 3 out of 10, so I would not buy this one again. Next up, we have the Go Macro Bar, and this one is 280 calories, 10 grams of protein, 2 grams of fiber. It does have added sugars, no sugar alcohols or anything like that. So, and this one also has pretty, not as much as the Lara Bar. I was gonna say it has pretty minimal ingredients, but definitely not as much as the Lara Bar. Say that. And this flavor is blueberry cashew butter. If I can get it open. We got that nice chewy texture again. This one is a lot chewier compared to the other ones. Like you really gotta keep chewing on it to break it down. But it's not as sweet as I was expecting. It has very subtle, like natural sweetness hint to it. Texture-wise, it's not my favorite. Taste-wise, if you don't want something overly sweet, I think this is a good option, but it's not my favorite. And with only 10 grams of protein, I know it's like a decent amount, but if I'm gonna waste my taste buds on this, I want it to have more protein in it, to be honest. I would give that one like a 6 or 7 out of 10. Next up is the Aloha Bar, and this is chocolate chip cookie dough flavor. It has 240 calories, 14 grams of protein, and this one also has 10 grams of fiber in it. No sugar alcohols, so just added sugar in it. Let me guess, it's gonna have the same chewy texture. They all like to use that. Oh, this one is a lot more like soft compared to the Go Macro. Has a slightly chalky aftertaste, not my favorite, but I do like the little bit of sweetness to it. Like I said, I don't have a huge problem with a little bit of added sugar, just because if I'm eating this post-workout, I'm okay with getting those carbs because I know that I need them. As long as it's not like 40 or 50% of your daily intake of added sugar, you know. Not bad. I would give this one an 8 out of 10. Next is the RX bars, and I really like these protein bars because they are very minimal ingredients, you know, not a bunch of added other ingredients, preservatives, which I don't find anything wrong with that stuff as long as you're not consuming it like excessively. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. And when it comes to protein bars, you know, try to get as much of your protein from whole sources first, and you know, kind of use this as like a supplement or like on-the-go snacks. But if you are looking for something with very minimal ingredients, this one is definitely the way to go. So this one has 190 calories, 12 grams of protein, and 5 grams of fiber. And this is vanilla almond flavor. Got that same texture. A little bit of crunch from the nuts in it. This one is a lot stickier, like it really gets stuck to my teeth, but it doesn't have any weird like chalky protein powder taste. Not overly sweet either because it doesn't have, you know, a bunch of added sugar in it. You're just getting the natural sugars from, I think, what does it have, dates in it? Yeah, from the dates in it. So for what it is, I would give this one like an 8 out of 10. And especially if you don't like something like overly sweet. Next we have this IQ bar. I've actually never heard of this. All these other ones I'd seen and heard of before and like tried some of their other flavors. But this one I had never heard of. So it has 12 grams of protein and 1 gram of sugar. So it's gonna be probably have sugar alcohols in it. 8 grams of fiber, so we got lots of fiber in there, and I don't think it has any sugar alcohols in it. Oh, it has, let's see, stevia. It's got stevia in it, which I don't mind the taste of stevia when it's used to sweeten things. But it's called IQ bar because they also put lots of other beneficial nutrients in it to help with brain health, like lion's mane. What else? I think it has like magnesium, vitamin E, MCTs, flavonoids. They're marketing it not just as a protein bar, but like as a brain health. Get some extra micronutrients in there. And this flavor is chocolate sea salt. A little bit more almost dry texture. Not bad. I don't know why I'm like getting weird, subtle hints of almost like mint. But I can definitely taste the chocolate. I don't taste any sea salt in it though. I like that, I don't know if you can see, it has little chunks of chocolate chip in it too, so get a little crunch in there. Honestly, not bad. But I think this one was also high in fiber too, so I would probably, yeah, this one had 8 grams of fiber. I would probably be careful with eating this too, making sure I drink lots of water with it so I don't get any GI issues. This one's tasty. I would give this an 8 out of 10. All of those options were dairy-free and gluten-free. I'm moving on to a few that are, some of them, I think one of them, this one, the Think Bar, this one is gluten-free, but it is not dairy-free. And the rest that I'm gonna try do have gluten and do have dairy. So let's try this guy out. It has 230 calories with 20 grams of protein. 1 gram of fiber, so you don't have to worry about that. And this is a brownie crunch flavor. I can already tell, yeah, I was gonna say, it has more of that like candy bar, that chocolate coating. I was expecting it to be a little bit crunchier inside. It has like a smooth texture to it. I actually like it. Has like the right amount of sweetness to it. I would give this one a 9 out of 10. Just a few more left. This one is the Power Crunch and s'mores flavored. 220 calories, 13 grams of protein. And let's see, this one just has added sugar, no sugar alcohol in it. I'm just like a crunchy girly, you know? I really like crispy bread, anything just crunchy. When I eat yogurt, it has to have like crunchy toppings in it. We got like a wafer. Reminds me of those like peanut butter, Little Debbie's peanut butter something. Nutter Butters? I don't know. Oh yeah. Love that texture. It is very sweet because it does have some added sugar in it. I really like it. I think that's delicious. I would definitely eat that again. I give this a 9 out of 10 as well. We have another option. This one is called One. And it has 20 grams of protein and only 1 gram added sugar, or 1 gram of sugar. 9 grams of fiber, so lots of fiber in this one again. Let's try it out. And this is a fruity cereal flavor. Got that soft texture again. Really tastes like Fruity Pebbles. That's good. I like it. It does have sugar alcohol in it, but honestly, I don't really get that aftertaste like I do with a lot of other ones. I really like this, and I like that it has the white chocolate outside and then that soft texture inside. It's got a little bit of crunch too. You can like see the cereal crunch in it. I would give this like a 9 out of 10. This last one is not a protein bar, but it's actually a protein pastry. I've seen these around recently. Legendary Foods is the brand. And they had a few other flavors, basically like a high protein Pop-Tart. So I was definitely intrigued. It has 180 calories and 20 grams of protein, 9 grams of fiber. It does have erythritol in it to help sweeten it. And this one, out of all of these, I would say this one is probably like the least clean. I hate using that term, but as far as like additives and preservatives, it does have red 40, which I know some people like to stay away from. But if you want just something fun and like a little sweet treat every now and again that happens to be high protein, then go for it. Also, if you want the real Pop-Tart, then go for it. You know, you don't have to eat like the healthified version of everything. So it really does look like a Pop-Tart, but it's like softer texture, I'd say, compared to a Pop-Tart. I should probably toast this like how you're supposed to eat a Pop-Tart, but I'm just gonna go for it. Okay. Doesn't have a lot of strawberry smell to it. Not as sweet as I was expecting it to be. And I think it would definitely taste better if it was toasted up and warm. But it's not as sweet as like a regular Pop-Tart. I do get a tiny bit hint of that sugar alcohol at the end. I would give this a 7 out of 10. I'm interested to see, they had like a brown sugar cinnamon flavor, I think. I'm interested to see what that one tastes like. There you have it, my friends, our protein bar review. And like I said, I will leave all the details in the description below. You can figure out what's best for you and whatever your needs are. If you're just looking for something on the go as a quick energy snack or something before, after your workout. I hope you enjoyed this review, and let me know if you want to see more reviews like this and what products you would like me to review. All right.